Hola, buenos días. Nos encontramos aquí a horas antes del show de Slowdive, su segundo en el país, el primero en solitario, en el Teatro Coliseo, presentando su nuevo disco Everything is Alive. Nos encontramos aquí con el vocalista y guitarrista Neil. How are you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
First of all, how are you guys all doing with Wealth? I've heard that Rachel is doing not so great with her voice and she's kind of sick.
Yeah, she lost her voice a few days ago now, so yeah, I'm not sure if she's... I mean, she's been able to do the gigs, you know, so she's been able to play keyboards and stuff, and guitar, but she can't... she's not been able to sing the last couple of shows, but I think she's okay. I think she's getting a bit better, so hopefully her voice will come back, you know, for the next few shows. Yeah.
Hey, great to hear that. So
yeah.
She'll be okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've been doing these shows on South America mainly because of the festivals, Primavera Sound, where you get to see many bands, like for example The Cure. How has that been, that experience?
It's been great. Yeah, I mean we're all, you know, big Cure fans, and so it's great to have the opportunity to see them play and to be part of a festival that they're on. You know, we've seen Blur, we saw and Pet Shop Boys the other night were amazing. So yeah, it's been really cool actually.
Cool. I was at the show you guys did in Argentina.
Yeah.
At the festival, and I remember when you played When the Sun Hits, and everyone started moshing and crowd surfing. So did you ever think your music could bring such that energy? Because it's kind of weird. So also.
Well, yeah, sweet. I guess when we were kids, it's kind of the gigs were pretty energetic, you know. But yeah, it's great. It was great to see that kind of, you know, the reception in Buenos Aires was great, and it has been everywhere, to be honest. In Sao Paulo was really cool as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously we don't get to South America very often, so
yeah,
you know, it's really nice for us to get here and play the songs. You know?
Yeah, this tonight is only like a few of the shows you guys doing like solo. Like in no festival.
No festival.
What can you tell about tonight?
Well, I mean, obviously we do a longer set as it's our own show, and yeah, I mean, just we'll be looking forward to it. There's a local band called Inverness that are supporting us, so we're excited to see those guys play, and yeah, just. You know, it's a shame we haven't got a bit more time in Santiago because I think it's a really cool city. But yeah,
cool.
Next time.
All right. Great to hear that. Thank you. You guys are playing this new record, and Everything is Alive, which I think is got a lot more like electronic inspirations and sounds. So maybe what artists did you find as an inspiration from that kind of style, of musical style?
I mean, I've always made electronic music since '94, really. So there's lots of different electronic artists that I sort of admire. I suppose the artist that really got me into sort of techno and drum and bass and stuff was Aphex Twin, but also, you know, stuff like LFO, Richard Horton, but also stuff like John Cage and. Lots of Kraftwerk artists as well. You know, people like Eno. You know, so there's a lot of different kind of inspirations there, really. Yeah.
Yeah, and well, it was something like. It was like I saw it coming when you. I mean, there's a lot of electronic tunes, like I don't know, like the B-sides or the remixes you do in your songs, like Good Day Sunshine and In Mine.
Yeah.
So is this something you will take more in your other projects, or few like the next Slowdive albums?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you know, as I say, it's something that I'm into, and like when I was writing songs for this album, I wanted it to. I just had all these electronic tunes that I thought maybe a good place for the band to start, you know, as a way to a way to start the record, just to see where it goes, you know. But I don't know, you know, like personally, like I'm totally into making electronic records. You know, I don't know if Slowdive is as a band would kind of really want to push that way. You know, I think it's, but I just think it's important that you try and make your records a little bit different. You know, that you don't just make the same record every time you make a record.
Yeah.
So,
And it sounds pretty good also. So I really like the vibe you brought to that record.
Brilliant. Well, thank you. Yeah, cool.
So yeah, one of my moments I got really close to the band of Slowdive it was when I saw Greg Araki's movie The Doom Generation, where at the end blue sky and clear sound, and after all that chaos, it was like super relaxing, and it changed my life. So
cool.
What do you think about your music being in movies?
Well, I mean, Greg used a lot of our songs in a lot of his films, and we've had a relationship with Greg Araki since the 90s, you know, and I love Doom Generation and Mysterious Skin, and Nowhere. So they're all, you know, I guess, like, they're sort of part of our journey, this stuff with Greg. And we saw him in when we were playing in New York. He's recut Nowhere, so I think it's they were rescreening it, and so we saw him and Jimmy, who's James Duval, who's the main character. We've sort of been friends with them for years, so it's kind of nice to see those movies, you know, kind of getting a reassessment now as well, you know, which is brilliant. But we're always, you know, I just did a soundtrack for a film called Unknown Country, which is a film, the director's Marissa Maltz, and it has Lily Gladstone in it, it's kind of her, I guess, her first movie. She just went on and did Killers of the Flower Moon. But so I you know, I think as a band we're always, it's great if your music gets used in films. To be honest, I don't think Slowdive has been used very much in films, you know, apart from Greg, who, you know, like, Greg told me a story, like, when he was starting to film Nowhere, he gave a tape to all the actors in the film and all the crew, and it was just a tape of the first 3 Slowdive EPs, and he was like, this is how I want my film to feel, you know.
Yeah, in a way it feels, because I mean the trilogy, I don't know, like, I think it was totally fucked up, Nowhere and Doom Generation. Yeah, it all has great soundtracks, and I think mostly shoegaze, and
it's kind of Greg's, that's his thing, you know, that's what he likes.
Yeah, I really like that vibe. Do you think if Greg, I don't know, hypothetically speaking, if there was a new Greg Araki's movie, would you think maybe we can put, I don't know, like, Everything's Alive or Slowdive tunes in there?
I think if Greg did another film, I'd definitely try and see if we could do the soundtrack, but it might, you know, you never know. It's kind of whether it's appropriate at this point in his career, you know. But as I say, we have this relationship that's always been really supportive of each other, so it's kind of cool. It would be cool, you know. Yeah.
Also, it's been a while since he released a new film, I guess.
It has been a while, yeah.
So speaking about that song, I talk about Blue Sky and Clear. I saw that you played that in Brazil. Is there a chance to hear it tonight?
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah. It's kind of, we don't play it that often, so it's nice to do it. You know, we did it at the festival the other night as well, mostly because there's a bunch of songs we can't play because Rachel can't sing them at the minute, so we were kind of scouting around for tunes that I could kind of sing. So I think that was one of the reasons we did the Blue Sky. But yeah,
cool. Maybe if we're lucky. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, as I was talking before, many people discover Slowdive through movies, or I don't know, like on social media, but
Yeah.
recently there has been a group of people that has discovered Slowdive through TikTok, and it has been like really like, I don't know, like others like it, others they don't support much of TikTok. What's your opinion of?
I don't know anything about TikTok, so like my kids, I guess, they kind of used to do TikTok. I think they still do, but I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I think however people find the music is cool. Sure. It doesn't bother me. And it's great, if they can get into the band through that, or even if they just get into that one song, it does.
Yeah, well, there are some videos that on TikTok where they pick music. They're usually like slow it down,
right,
or speed it up. So it's not like they're listening like the original song. So
they're listening to kind of slightly fucked up versions.
Yeah,
I think that's even cooler. I love that.
Will you listen your music like on slow it down and reverb and
I love that. Like sometimes when you're recording music, you just slow stuff down because it sounds cool. Usually it's slowing stuff down because it sounds cool. Although I think with Alison we speeded that tune up a little bit because we recorded it a little bit slow. So I think. When we mastered it, we speeded it up a tiny bit, which is why my vocals always sound a little bit slightly Mickey Mouse to me on that one. But we didn't speed it up much, just a little bit.
Cool. So just for finishing, I have like a personal question that, since you guys reunited, is there a chance maybe Mojave 3 reunion maybe?
I think we're going to get the records reissued. Like we've been talking to 4AD about reissuing the albums because some of them never even came out on vinyl, So I think that's happening at some point this year or next year. I can't imagine a Mojave 3 reunion, but I guess anything's possible.
Yeah.
I love playing with Ian and the other guys, Tinks and Simon Rowe, he was the guitarist. I love playing with those guys, and it would be lovely if we could. But whether people's lives allow them to do that.
But a repress of the record is also a good news because I've been trying for months, years to get like the Excuse for Travelers on CD or vinyl, but no, there's no chance. It's been so hard. So if there's a possibility of repress,
I think that's gonna happen. Yeah, for sure.
All right, thank you. A few words for the fans. There's a few people waiting already outside of the venue. Do you have a word for the show so people can come?
I think it's sold out. So. But if you're coming to the show, I hope you enjoy it, and we really appreciate all the support, and hopefully we'll come back again in next year or whenever we can. But,
all right. Thank you, Neil. Oye, nos vemos en el show. Muchas gracias.